souls! I shall devour you all!
You dare listen to Blue Please on cynicalbreak.com? I shall devour you whole!
Yeah, you sound a little worried. What can I say? Oh dear. Right, let's get on to something a little bit more positive. Good move, maybe, from Blizzard. So, the past couple of weeks has been a nice announcement from Blizzard that they're going to be providing auction house service outside of the game. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to be setting out a real auction house in the world. That would be rather crazy. However, here's the thing. So, they're going to be allowing you access to the auction house via a web-based interface that will be available online as well as on the iPhone and iPod Touch. So, my first impression of this is what a great, neat idea, and why hasn't it been implemented sooner? This is something I've had a real problem with the auction system in World of Warcraft, because the auction system benefits way more than anyone else. People that just sit online all day. Really, they do. Got auction house ads, you sit online 24/7, blah, 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 buy, sell, make a ton of money that way. It doesn't work as well as with, say, eBay, because you've got an economy which is flooded with goods. Yeah, I'm a jewel crafter and I'm an enchanter, so my main way of making money is enchanting. I gave up trying to make money with jewel crafting ages ago. You want to know why? Because jewel crafting costs money to put stuff up on the AH, and yet within 5 bloody seconds, you're undercut and there's nothing you can do about it. It's like, oh, right, okay, so what, you want me to eat 2 gold per gem, you know, these epic gems, 2 gold per gem, listing fees, because some jackass undercut me by 1 copper, therefore I'm not going to sell. You know, because someone else is going to undercut him by 1 copper, blah, 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 blah. At which point, your gems are pushed off the front page within 10 minutes of you being put up there in the first place. It's horrible. So, eBay works because goods have an inherent value. Yeah? They have an inherent value. It's like you wouldn't put a PSP Go up on eBay for $20. Yeah, buyout. You wouldn't do that because that's dumb. Yeah, you're not going to have gotten the PSP Go for that price. You're going to make a loss on aggregate. Either you're going to make a loss because you bought it and then sold it way cheaper, or you're going to make a loss because you got it. It has an inherent value much higher than that, and you're not a bloody idiot, so I'm not going to sell it for $20. However, in the game, it's not the case, because you've got a production market whereby people can produce goods for the sole purpose of getting a higher production skill. Yeah? Imagine this. It's like a major car company in the process of release, you know, they want to make a brand new luxury sports utility vehicle, yeah? Nice big 4x4, air conditioning, 8 miles to the gallon, all that kind of thing. But they're not quite good enough to do that yet, so what do they have to do? Well, they've got to make a bunch of smaller cars in order to get to the sufficient skill level to build the SUV. Yes, indeed, folks, this is a car analogy. So, they build these, and what do they do with them? Do they, A, sell those smaller cars off at the price you would expect a smaller car to be sold at, or B, do they sell them for $20 each? Because if it was World of Warcraft, they'd sell them for $20 each. Here's a bunch of cars, I don't need them. It was a means to an end. We'll just throw them out there. Screw the actual manufacturing costs. Screw the average market price. And indeed, screw the fact that the materials cost way more than $20. Here, take it. Have this 2-door hatchback with 60 miles to the gallon, because our aim is to produce 8 miles to the gallon SUVs, so we don't need these anymore. How retarded is that? And yet people in WoW do that, because of course it's way easier. It costs way less to produce these things. People get tunnel vision on their goal. My goal is to be 450 enchanting, so on my way up, all I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this stuff on scrolls and sell them for far less than the cost of the materials, because I've got a bunch of mats that I gathered from nowhere. You don't see car companies rooting around to try and find steel dropped in random places around the world, going and taking a mining pick. Oh look, suddenly titanium! It doesn't work that way. So in WoW, it's terrible, because it never ever works. You've got this idea that anything that's not optimal sells for way less than it's actually worth. It's dumb. There's the problem with the auction house system. Said it right there. That's why it doesn't work. Now, it might work a little bit better, of course, if we weren't having to rely on putting stuff up, going off for the night, and then coming back and finding out that all our auctions have expired because some jackass undercut them by a copper. Now, in enchanting, I can remove and put stuff back on easily. However, I go to work, as do the vast majority of WoW players, so I am not at my computer 100% of the time. I cannot play WoW at work. However, I would love to be able to access the auction house at work. Yeah. Access the auction house. Oh, look, there's something, something really good value here. Maybe look at my lunch break or in a bit of downtime when having 5 minutes away from the computer screen to rest my eyes or whatever. Hey, look, I'm looking on my iPhone or I'm looking on my netbook or whatever, and I'm seeing that there is an item that I want here for cheap, or there is a market that I can exploit. There's none of this kind of gem up in the AH. I have an opportunity to reset the market, but I'm not glued to my WoW 24 hours a day, so I can't do that. However, if I have access to the auction house outside of the game, I can. So, that's a good thing, surely. First of all, let me just get this out there. I totally support this idea. It's a great idea, and I've been wanting it for ages. I also will even go as far as to suggest that the idea of charging for it is reasonable. Shocker. Total Biscuit in support of Blizzard charging more money. Inconceivable, you might say. Not really. This is a service outside of the game. This is the big difference. Yeah? I object to things that should be taken for granted inside of the game being charged for. Pets, for instance. Traditionally, pets were things that you didn't pay for. But now there's a pet service whereby you can pay for certain pets. I objected to that strongly. Yeah, using the auction house in-game is totally normal. And of course, if they charge you $5 to then use the auction house in-game, it would be inconceivable and I would be spitting fire at this. However, this is not the case. This is providing a brand new API-based infrastructure which allows you to plug into the game and actually, for the first time, affect the game without loading the game client. Big deal. Massive deal right there. Huge deal. Absolutely massive deal. So I'm fine with them charging for it because that's a huge new piece of API-based code and could open the door for all manner of cool different things. It would be awesome. I'd be really happy with that. So, here's the thing. Is it okay to charge a premium for a service that gives you a genuine in-game advantage? It's the first time, ladies and gentlemen, that this has happened. This is something they said they would never do. They would never, ever allow a premium service that gave you a genuine in-game advantage. So technically, I suppose it doesn't give you a genuine in-game advantage, because you're not in-game. But that's semantics. That's a technicality. So people who have access to this service are going to get an advantage over those who don't. However, does this already happen? The answer is, of course, yes. If I have access to WoW 24/7, I have an advantage on the AH over people that do not have access to WoW 24/7. This is simply a case of broadening the number of people that have that advantage. It's actually not selling an advantage in game. It's selling the ability to level the playing field. That's the thing. So, you've got your minority of people that can spend 24/7 on World of Warcraft. And they can manipulate the AH, they get the best prices, they get the advantage there. And yet your majority of your players go to work and have normal lives. So how about if you gave those people who had normal lives a way to affect the auction house without having to be in the game? Would that be an equalizer? In my opinion, yes, it would. It absolutely, 110%, would be an equalizer. And there's the big deal. This is not selling an advantage, this is selling an equalizer. This is allowing simply different ways of doing the same thing that you were already able to do. It's kind of the same with the whole faction transfer thing. Yeah? You were already able to do what the faction transfer allows you to do. However, you had to re-roll a new character. It was still there. You were able to transfer factions. You just had to start a new character to do it. Same with name change. You just had to start a new character. Race change. You just had to start a new character. Character transfer. Start a new character. There's the deal. It's not a brand new element of the game. It is a different way of doing something you could already do. That's why it's better. That's why it's okay. Now, the interesting thing about this is that the auction house itself has become this crazy meta game. It's become something that people actually genuinely care about outside of World of Warcraft and its normal gameplay style. So outside of raiding, outside of PvP, outside of daily quests, RPing, you've got the auction house, and some people enjoy playing it. I am one of these people. Yeah, I am. I am one of these people. I actually enjoy using my professions to make money. I enjoy marketing my products because I get a kick out of it. I get a kick out of interacting with people. I will say, hey, I'm doing enchants. I'll set up my stand. I literally set up a stall outside of the AH so no one can miss it. I put up my barbecue, with my umbrella. I put up my goblin gumbo. I put up my sandbox tiger. I put up my disco ball. And I don my Murloc suit, and I summon Murky, and I feed him a pet biscuit to make him bigger. And I start dancing, and I say, come see the dancing Murloc outside of the auction house. He will provide you with the most magical, mystical, and thoroughly alluring enchants. So, that works. I have fun doing that, because it allows me to interact with people and use marketing skills to outsell. Yeah? I'm using gimmicks. I am using good price structure. I'm providing a good service, a solid product, efficient. I carry the mats on me all the time to ensure I can make any given enchant. Why do I do that? Because actually that provides an extra layer of security for the consumer. I cannot scam because I set it up so they give me the mats, but in the same transaction I can do the enchant, which is something I said that Blizzard should have done years ago, and they should have allowed you to do that anyway within the system, and they still haven't fixed it. Every year I post a thoroughly good proposal for this, and it gets ignored. It's like they want extra work for their GMs. They want people to get scammed. Well, if you get an enchant from me, I use an unscammable system. So it provides value-added service. I enjoy that. I also enjoy playing the AH. I enjoy having a good stock on there and making money via my profession via the AH. So the ability to do that out of the game, that's great. That's amazing for me. That's really enjoyable. That's a genuine service. What it is, it's recognition that MMOs are starting to evolve beyond having to be glued to your computer all the time. This is something they've always tried to do with World of Warcraft. They've tried to say, WoW is a casual, friendly game that can fit in with your life, not the other way around. Obviously, some people play it the other way around. They fit their life around WoW. That's fine. That's a legitimate lifestyle choice that they themselves have made. And they will have to live with the consequences of that. If they end up with health problems or they end up with a collapsing social life, they lose their girlfriend, their kids, whatever, that's their problem. That is their fault for letting that happen. It's not the game's fault. But this is a recognition that not everyone is glued to their computer 100% of the time and would quite like to be able to deal with their auctions outside of the game. If I'm on the go, what's better than this? If I have an iPhone, I don't have an iPhone because it's an Apple product and I bloody hate them. However, if I had an iPhone and I was on my commute home, on the train, as always, as I go every day, or I was walking home or walking on my lunch, would it be not great for me to be able to fire up the auction house and do a couple of things? I would enjoy that. I think that would be a great thing. That's value-added service to the game. That's something brand new that other games do not allow you to do. That is actually innovation on Blizzard's part. It's taking the MMO outside of the MMO. It's not the first time they've done it. The new Armory, for instance, it's allowing you to view and see all of these things that are usually traditionally in the game, plug them into other applications. It's like, hey, here's my character profile, here's my 3D thing on Facebook, blah, 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 all that good stuff. Value-added service and realizing that actually, yes, there is a genuine reason to bring out-of-the-game stuff into the game environment and vice versa. Absolutely fantastic. And again, I do not agree with those who say that this is just giving an advantage to people that pay more. It's something you could have done anyway. It's leveling the playing field. It's giving people more ways to do the same thing. And that is absolutely fine by me. You are listening to Blue Please here on CynicalBrit.com with myself, Total Biscuit. Now, it seems we're shooting for a 2-hour show, and we seem to be going rather well at this point. So, I am going to need to hand over, after the illusion of choice, to the one and only Mr. Gnomewise, who's going to be doing some interviews at TED. So we've got a bumper show here, 2 hours instead of the usual hour and a half. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. I'm going to try and make the next show a bit longer as well for you. So just to make up for the failure last Friday with the sound there. So we'll do one more segment, and that's going to be the illusion of choice. So get your emails in for that. You've got the music break in order to do that, themurloc@gmail.com. That is themurloc@gmail.com with your illusion of choice topics. Yes, indeed. So, I've got this track, and I'm going to send it out. A couple of weeks ago, a certain podcast, which, I'm not going to say their name, but I refer to them as the Big Girls Blouse Aggro. You can work out who it is. They made this massive, great, hypocritical rant on shock jocks. And indeed, because someone got all upset, they had to quit the game. Oh, such a shame. Oh, such a shame. Now, if you want to know who this is, well, I couldn't really tell you as such, but... Yes. I think you can work it out. I've got a song for this person. This song contains strong language. So, tune out for the next 4 minutes if you're offended by such things. Something of a swan song for you, a little bit of celebration that you're finally out of the game. Thankfully now, the player base's intelligence and ability to resist criticism has gone up a notch. Thank you for removing yourself from the World of Warcraft gene pool. This is by Permaband, the CCP's rap band. It's called HTFU, and I would say to anybody that has thin skin in this game, or indeed uses the internet, you should take this advice. Enjoy.